The following program is a SUTV student production. The views expressed are not necessarily those of Salisbury University, the University System of Maryland, its regents, administration, officers, employees, or representatives.
On tonight's broadcast, we look at a cultural club spreading the message of the Prophet Muhammad on stems of roses for students around campus.
And Carson Crossan shares the inspiration given to students on campus by a common staff member.
And Kevin Reynolds will bring us a closer look at one of the films being featured at this weekend's film festival. We'll also have your weather outlook and an update in SU sports. This is SUTV Evening News.
Good evening, Salisbury University, and welcome to SUTV Evening News this Thursday, May 1st. I'm Taylor Rogers.
And I'm Brooke Reese. Thank you for joining us. Tonight we begin with the Multicultural Fair that took place yesterday in the Guerrero University Center. The fair was a part of this week's Multicultural Festival, and this year's theme was Culture Shock, Rockin' with Diversity. That brought out many RSOs and clubs to promote their contribution to diversity.
We're here with Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. It's a historically black sorority. It was founded in 1908 on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C.
Well, right now we're here for the Multicultural Festival. What we're doing is making name tags for people, just getting people to know who we are, getting our name out there, recognition, so that when we walk across the campus with our letters, they know who we are and that we're friendly and cool. It's very important to show how diverse we are on campus because people can't see that when they take a glance at the campus. They have to know that we are made of different cultures, made of different people, different ethnicity, different backgrounds, all the type of stuff. So Salisbury is made of different people that make it a whole beautiful union, and they need to know what we have to offer.
And last night, GUC held a Minute to Win It challenge for students. The popular game show on GSN was a favorite among students who participated in several 30-second challenges, including balancing candy on pencils, shooting rubber bands at cans, emptying tissue boxes, and balancing a cookie on their face.
And now for some nationwide news. A series of severe tornadoes have struck the South this week, continuing for the past few days in the Alabama and Florida regions. A few Americans have been reported dead, and one of those victims was the University of Alabama athlete and honor roll student, John Servati. Servati was described by friends as a true Southern gentleman who died a hero. He was able to hold up a cement wall so that his girlfriend could escape before it collapsed on him, according to the New York Daily News.
And another innocent victim was killed in Milford, Connecticut this week when 16-year-old Chris Plaskin stabbed and killed classmate Marin Sanchez after she declined his junior prom invitation because she was previously invited by her boyfriend. Plaskin was held on a $3 million bond before being transferred to a psychiatric facility where he will remain until his trial for murder.
And with the spring arriving with the start of May, the Muslim Student Association handed out roses last week to inform students about their club on Prophet Muhammad Day. So Chen Fushu was able to give us that story tonight.
More culturally sensitive.
We discussed things I didn't know before. It definitely has affected some of the things that I do and that I say in comparison to when I first came here.
Salisbury University alumna Anissa Diab is the MSA's acting advisor. She says a recent event, still in the planning stages when this interview was conducted, Prophet Muhammad Day, was intended to get people's attention.
We're giving out 500 roses in different locations on campus. It serves as an invitation for people to come to the MSA and learn more.
The event was so successful, they gave the roses out in a short period of time. Club President Huck says providing a welcome and safe place to discuss Islam and all world religions is an important club goal.
I feel like if you come on campus and MSA, you get everyone's different point of view, but there's no judgment. Everyone's open-minded and fresh.
The Muslim Student Association is open to non-Muslims and Muslims alike. In Salisbury, I'm Sabrina Chimfusiu reporting.
And to learn more about the Muslim Student Association, their meetings are every Tuesday in Purdue 149 at 6 p.m. And to become more educated on the world around us, Jamie Potter can tell you what's in this week's flyer.
Jamie Potter with another edition of This Week in the Flyer. If you are wondering why Carruthers has been torn down, check out the front page article by Olivia Clock titled Construction Begins on Academic Commons. Clock focuses on what this building will have to offer, including new classrooms, study rooms, and a cafe. Clock Clock lists the many projects that have been completed on campus since 2000 as well as what is to come. Jacob Troxell's article titled 20 Countries Represented at International Beer Festival writes how the 32nd annual Salisbury Festival features many different vendors and stands promoting locally owned and nonprofit organizations. Troxell writes that although attendance went down, Irish Penny Pub owner said satisfaction went up. In Shannon Wiley's article titled Student Research Takes Center Stage at SUSRC, Wiley summarizes many of the presentations at the 13th Annual Research Conference. If you're interested in hearing why Julius Caesar should be considered the first emperor of Rome, check out this article. In the editorial section, thoughts on recent racist comments are given in Mitchell Northam's Primetime Perspective article titled Sterling's Days as NBA Owner Are Numbered, as well as in Stephen Seneme's article titled When It Comes to Racism, Age is No Excuse. In the Goal Life section, Amanda Biederman writes about an event that arose in reaction to a 2008 offensive scandal in Denmark in her article titled Muslim Students Offer Roses, Peace. Biederman writes that it is a form of protest against misconceptions about the Prophet Muhammad. That's all for this week's edition. Now to Taylor and Brooke.
Thanks, Jamie. And last Thursday, the construction of the new Academic Commons building began with the groundbreaking ceremony. We caught up with some of the attendees to see what we can expect to see by 2016 and some personal reactions to the groundbreaking.
There's going to be so much space for collaboration. There's actually also going to be more quiet space up on the third floor. The entire third floor is quiet study. And the technology that will be in the building.
It's going to be something really exciting and really different that expands learning and is going to have many receptacles for plugging in personal devices, because we all know we learn so much from these today, or as much from these today as we do from a book.
Help me celebrate. We're excited. We'll be cutting a ribbon. It is a couple of years off, but if you're graduating, students, come back. Come back and help me celebrate when we cut the ribbon, and stay close to your alma mater. If you're a freshman or a sophomore student, or if you stay for a graduate degree, and some folks take 5 years to graduate, right? Then you will get to benefit from this building.
And now Sarah Wood will bring us what's new in politics with your government update.
For your government updates. On Wednesday, Senate Republicans blocked a bill to increase the federal minimum wage from $7.25 to $10.10 an hour. In February, President Barack Obama signed an executive order raising federal contractors' minimum wage to $10.10 beginning in 2015. Recent polls have pointed out that many Americans are in favor of the minimum wage increase, as such by a survey done by Bloomberg that placed support at 69%. And a Quinnipiac University poll by a 2-to-1 margin voters nationwide said that they would be more likely rather than less likely to vote for a candidate who supports raising the minimum wage. And according to the National Institute of Justice, 1 in 5 women is sexually assaulted while in college. A young woman raped at Harvard, Madeline Smith, was accompanied by Vice President Joe Biden at an event at the White House. In a video message, men are urged to do something about sexual assault, and One Is Too Many campaign young women ages 16 to 24 experience the highest rates of sexual violence at the hands of someone they know. They urge people to stop this, as it is a crime and it is wrong. And Eli Maudlin sat down with the gubernatorial candidate Ron George to discuss what he hopes to achieve if elected governor.
I want to be able to build a new Maryland where young people can afford to live and old people can retire here. We keep the families intact. There's no better program than family and a job. No better programs. And there's ways to do that and encourage that and offer that. We've gotten rid of most of the entry-level jobs unless you're going to work at a little convenience store, or wait on a table. But, we can bring them back. And people get in that door, they're able to work their way up.
That's all for your government update. Now back to you, Brooke and Taylor.
Thanks, Sarah. And after this brief commercial break, Amanda Newman is here to tell us how spring sports are doing here at Salisbury. Welcome back to SUTV Evening News. With the regular sports season coming to an end, Amanda Newman is here to give us the recap on this week in sports.
On Monday, the number 15 men's baseball team beat Johns Hopkins 14-1 in 8 innings, scoring in each of the first 6 innings. Junior pitcher Brett Kalachi recorded the win for the Gulls. They improved their record to 30-7, Salisbury will be hosting the College of Staten Island Saturday. The doubleheader is set to begin at 12 p.m. The number 6 women's softball team ended their season with a doubleheader sweep over Stevenson, winning their first game 8-0 in 5 innings and their second game 2-1. The Seagulls now wait for their NCAA tournament selections to find out who they will be playing next. The number 2 men's lacrosse team beat Frostburg 12-6 on Saturday in the CAC semifinals. Junior attackman Mike Kane led the team with 5 goals, and senior Rhett Del Pole recorded 4 points, 2 goals and 2 assists. Goalie Alex Taylor recorded the win with 10 saves in the game. The Seagulls will be hosting York College this Saturday at 2 p.m. The women's lacrosse team beat Christopher Newport 21-4 in the CAC semifinals on Saturday. Senior Shannon Carter recorded 4 goals for the Seagulls. The Seagulls have won 13 CAC titles dating back to 2000. Saturday, the Gulls will be hosting York College at 6 p.m. for the CAC championship. And now back to you guys.
Thanks, Amanda. And on Saturday, Safe Ride will be hosting the 12th annual JDL Memorial Run, honoring the life of Jerry Daniel Landsman, an SU student that passed away in 2003. The registration for the run will begin at 10 a.m. outside of Henson Hall, and the run will start at 11 a.m. with food and fun at University Park after the run is complete.
And this weekend will be the conclusion of Greek Week and the Residence Hall Spring Olympics. Both events are celebrating the end of the school year by competing in various relays, contests, and athletic games. Greek Week will end on Friday with a chariot race around the quad at 4 p.m., followed by a barbecue at the Scarborough Leadership Center for those involved in the week's events. The Spring Olympics will continue until Saturday evening with the final event, the Tug of War competition, followed by the results that announces the best on-campus residence hall. And if you have ever attended breakfast at Commons, you'll be greeted by the infamous Miss Barbara with a smile and a hug every morning. Carson Krausen gives us that story tonight.
Over a big exam that's coming up, or just feeling a little homesick, you may need to head to Salisbury University's dining hall for a hug and a healthy dose of optimism from Miss Barbara.
I love seeing her in the morning. She always brightens my day. I never thought I'd miss hugs from home so much.
For the past 5 years, Barbara Davis has been doling out morning hugs and words of encouragement to students, faculty, and staff. She says it makes her day to brighten someone else's day.
I love my job, I love my students, and everybody gets a hug. I don't miss anybody, including the higher-ups.
Everyone just calls her Miss Barbara. She sees people come to the Commons to feed their bodies, but at times they need some nourishment for their souls.
Just knowing that somebody else cares goes a very, very long way, especially when you're far away from home and the only chance you get to talk to your mom or your sisters or brothers over telephone. Sometimes having somebody right there does a lot for you.
Coworker Brian Waters says Miss Barbara's positive energy is contagious.
Yes, she's a big impact. I think it's a blessing that she can embrace those kids, each and every one of them, every day.
As long as I can make somebody else's day a little bit lighter, a little bit easier for them, that makes me happy.
A hug, a warm smile, and a few words of encouragement. They go a long way on a cold morning when you're feeling a little homesick or nervous about the day ahead. In Salisbury, I'm Carson Krausen reporting.
And now Sarah Thompson shows us what other Maryland campuses have been doing this week in this week's Campus Connection.
Tonight on Campus Connection, we will be focusing on demolitions at University of Maryland, new technology at Towson University, and an unveiling at Stevenson University. Towson University secured a U.S. patent for a new kind of CAPT-CHA that intends to be easier for those with limited or no eyesight. With Towson's SoundRight CAPT-CHA, users listen to a series of 10 random sounds and are asked to press the computer's spacebar each time they hear a certain noise. The Towson researchers work closely on testing with the National Federation. Ann Taylor, the Federation's Director of Access Technology, said there are several types of software available for blind users to read the text on a web page aloud. Taylor, who is blind, said not being able to use visual CAPT-CHAs could impede a blind person's ability to enjoy the benefits of the internet and hurt their ability to hold a job. This program will allow those with limited or no eyesight a sense of independence while using the internet. Stevenson University unveiled the new 12-foot-tall bronze Mustang statue outside the entrance to Mustang Stadium on the Owing Mills campus. The statue represents the strength and unity of the entire Stevenson University community and the spirit that drives everything from the institution's growth to its championship athletic teams. The sculpture was funded by an anonymous challenge grant and the generous support of university trustees, alumni, parents, and friends. And at the University of Maryland, the Department of Residence Life released the on-campus student housing strategic plan, detailing the scale of the next 15 years of expected construction. The plan, which has an estimated cost of about $700 million, will add about 3,180 beds to campus housing, raising the total from 9,518 in 2014 to 10,784 by 2028. It includes the demolition of Carroll, Caroline, Wacomico, and Worcester halls, and the addition of 8 new dorms and 2 new dining halls. That's it for this week's Campus Connection. I'm Sarah Thompson. Now back to you, Brooke and Taylor.
And now we take a look at some Salisbury University history with this week's TBT. 56 years ago, Maryland State Normal School at Salisbury celebrated May Day, a typically celebrated holiday of its time, indicating the beginning of summer. Even though May comes after the start of spring, the tradition normally includes the crowning of a May Queen and providing gifts for neighbors. The last May Day was celebrated on campus in 1963.
That same year, the seagull officially became the college mascot. A very familiar bird across the entire Eastern Shore, has undergone many mascot changes, but nonetheless represents the college very well. The mascot helped initiate the college's name to change to Salisbury State College the year after.
In 1988, the University Center opened. Later, to add Guerreri to its name, the center accommodates faculty, staff, and students several amenities to serve their needs, including a bookstore, post office, dining services, and many other resources. GUC has become a popular stop for all of the campus community.
And today is International Workers' Day. In the 1800s, workers across the world fought to get their right to shorter work days. Commonly, people worked 11-hour shifts in the protest, which was chosen for May 1st. Due to the protest, laws were put in place to change the workday to only 8 hours a day, but many revisions have been made throughout the years.
We now turn to meteorologist Emily Lewis with your 7-day forecast. Emily?
Thanks, guys. As you've been able to tell, we've had a pretty wet week here on campus. The bright side is this weather will be moving out and it should be a great start to your weekend. I'll give you an update that on just a second. This right here is the cold front. This map is from 4 p.m. today, so as you can see, most of the rain is moving off the Delmarva Peninsula. If you look to tomorrow around the same time, you can see that this cold front has moved offshore. The bright thing about this is that while we won't see a decrease in temperatures like we do with the normal cold front, we'll see a decrease in the nasty humidity that we all felt today. Now, taking a look at your 36-hour forecast. Like I said, the temperatures tomorrow should be absolutely beautiful. We should be seeing temperatures around 54 degrees tonight, which is nice, nice, cool, not as humid as we saw today. Tomorrow we should see temperatures reach around 72, maybe a little bit warmer, depending on how much sunlight we get. Tomorrow night looks just as beautiful. It's a little bit cloudy, but we should see temperatures around 50 degrees. Now, as most of you have been hearing on the news, I want to give you a brief update about what's been going on with the severe weather season and tornadoes. So on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we saw 100 tornadoes in 3 days in the south and the southeast. There were 35 confirmed fatalities as of Wednesday morning. You can see here that the tornado reports are in red, wind reports are in blue, and hail reports are in green. So as you can see from all these maps, we've had a lot of different severe weather across the country. It's been pretty crazy. So this is just a map that's showing, it's a little depressing, a little showing all the fatalities that we've seen from the tornadoes this week. Severe weather season has just started, everyone, and I just want to warn you that it's important to take proper precautions and keep this trend from not increasing. So this is what we call a land scar. It's from a tornado we saw earlier this week. You can tell that when there's a land scar, you know it's been a really intense tornado and it's been able to scar the ground on satellite imagery. Now, this here is from a tornado in Mississippi. This door that you can see right here was carried over 30 miles by the wind from a tornado. So the tornado itself didn't actually travel 30 miles. The door got sucked into the tornado, went and carried it into the updrafts of the storm, and that carried it 30 miles, and it landed, I think it was around Mississippi State that it landed. So that's just an update on your tornadoes. We'll take a look at the 7-day forecast now and let you know how your week's going to shape up. It should look a lot better than this week did, trust me. So like I said, Friday, you're going to see like nice temperatures, a lot less humidity. Saturday and Sunday look absolutely beautiful. Keep in mind, though, that it's going to be a little bit breezy, but it should be nice and sunny, and you should be able to do lots of outdoor activities. Monday and Tuesday, partly cloudy, a little bit of sun. We're not really sure. Maybe a couple showers could move in depending on the high temperatures that'll increase the cloud cover. But Wednesday and Thursday, again, more possible showers. We're not totally sure yet, but we'll have an update for you with that next week. That's all for your 7-day forecast. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the lack of rain that we're going to have next week, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Well, if you're looking for something fun to do this weekend in this great weather, make sure to check out the SU Film Festival. This year is the first year of the festival, and it holds an incredible line of films made by filmmakers around Salisbury. Here's Kevin Reynolds with this story tonight.
The Purdue Hall Auditorium at Salisbury University is currently empty, but on May 3rd and 4th, 2014, these seats will be filled with audience members coming out for the first ever Salisbury University Film Festival. The setup and organization of this festival was not handled by the staff, however, but by students whose passions for the art of film made this unique event possible. Spearheaded by film studies major Alexandra Hooker, she spoke with us about the process of putting together the festival.
Well, the festival is going to be 2 days, May 3rd and 4th. We have 2 showcases a day, followed by a Q&A for each showcase with those who wanted to do the Q&A. It was, a choice. There will be popcorn, candy bars, sodas, and water. I was worried in the beginning that we'd only get like 3 films in, because I only knew I had 3. So the fact that we have 17 is a pretty big number. We do have filmmakers who entered multiple films in, which is not typical, but my point, like, this festival isn't about, only having one selected film, whichever is your best. It's about just getting your work out there and giving you a platform to voice yourself.
Assisting Alexandra throughout the entire fair has been Victoria Paris, who sat down with us to describe her role in the festival and the experience working on it.
There's maybe been a couple unexpected challenges dealing with the money aspect, because we are trying to do this for nonprofits. So none of the money that we're getting from donors are going anywhere but to our funds. So definitely trying to get money into our fundraisers, and money just donated by professionals in the community has been one of the troubles we've been having. But I would say I probably want people to know about the festival that it's very it's like a neutral zone, I should say. We're kind of like Switzerland in this aspect, that we're here just to take your films. There's no criticism whatsoever. We want to accept everything and anything. So you can take news pieces, shorts, animations, anything you've been working on. We wanted to have a place where people can put their films and put them on showcase for others to see.
The goal for Alexandra is to give budding filmmakers a forum to showcase their talent and creativity. We interviewed 2 of the student filmmakers who entered their respective films into the festival. They discussed their experiences producing their films and how the festival has afforded them the opportunity to share their vision with an audience.
I heard about the film festival. I was in Dr. Johnson's cinephilia class with this girl named Alex Hooker, who's the festival director, and she came up and kind of gave us the rundown and gave us the spiel about what the film festival was and what they were looking for. So for me, it was like finally, the kick that I needed to make my own film that I've been wanting to do for a while. So being that I actually had an outlet that was easily accessible to put a film in, because a lot of the festivals nowadays, like, you want to go to Sundance, you're competing with like the Coen brothers and all these people. It's kind of hard to get one in, but this is for students and alumni, so it was right up my alley. So I figured I'd finally put the work forth to make one.
The festival is only a few days away, but the buzz is high amongst film enthusiasts and the college community. Alexandra is both anxious and excited about the reception to the festival.
My passion is film, and I don't care if I'm making it or helping get audiences for it. If I'm an audience member in it, I don't care. I just like to be a part of facilitating it. And I'm just really excited because it's been a lot of work.
found at the information desk of GUC, and the festival will be accepting donations at the entrance of the festival. And it will be a lot of fun for the film-interested students here on campus, don't you think?
Yeah, I really can't believe that so many students have made all those films.
It's really incredible.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have for you here tonight at SUTV Evening News. Tune in next Thursday for more with us. I'm Brooke Reese.
And I'm Taylor Rogers from all of us here at SUTV. Have a great night.